Karibu sana.
Asante.
You were on leave?
Feels good. Yes.
Okay. Wacha we do some housekeeping kwanza. Kabla tuende mbali. Sasa,
yes.
Unajua ulienda leave.
I know.
Kama Ramadhan ilikuwa inaisha.
Ilikuwa inaisha. Yeah.
Na kuna watu hapa. Do they say wanakudai ama unawadai? Which one is it?
Which any can do.
Okay.
Mnaweza wadai, mnaweza nidai.
Okay, no, ile yako yani unafaa kulipa.
Biryani tu ndio mwataka.
Pilau, biryani, meat, everything. They said that you ran away and then you kept quiet and that don't imagine that they don't know what you didn't or did do.
It was beautiful.
Sasa without us ndio najaribu kusema.
Sijali. Sinimerudi. I'll bring biryani. And even Melvin is like, Kaseto, where is biryani?
You know, I have to tell you that the things that you say here are recorded.
I know.
So that it can be played back to say that you said you were gonna do. Ukoaje lakini?
Fiti.
Good to see you.
That rest was much needed.
It was needed.
Salamu from the land of 1,000 hills. Those people are tall.
You went to Chigali? Did you go?
Hi.
Did you go to Uriri as well?
I went to Uriri. Uriri is beautiful.
Yeah.
Everyone is good. Mnasema, okay, it rains in Uriri, but it does not flood people.
Oh, wow.
You guy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The place is green. Avocado trees flowering, about to start producing. Our pet, the dog, we call him Osama because he's very feisty. He's doing very well.
Osama?
Yeah, we call him Osama.
That's good. It's good.
We call him Osama. Very beautiful. My niece, nephews, everybody's good actually. Mzee Seto send salams.
How's Mama?
Mama's good.
Okay.
Mama akufiti.
That's good. Very good to see you. Good to have you back. We're glad that you got some rest. But you know what? It's salama too. Ivi yako hapa. The other day she was jumping on tables, but within the context of which we shall not share publicly.
Evelyn. Tables, you on top of tables.
No, was it on top of the table, under the table? There was a table involved.
A table. Okay.
And there was Evelyn.
Okay.
So you now just do fill the rest.
Happy to be back.
Good to have you, man. Karibu sana. Let me tell you, people have tried today. It's the 1st of April.
Yeah.
And we're getting into the second Q2 of 2026.
Yeah.
People have tried already. Yeah, imagine Q2. People have tried already, and we know it's the 1st of April.
Yeah.
I think the word in Sheng is karada.
Karada.
Because people today are trying.
I know.
Already this morning before 6 o'clock, people have fainted. Others have refused to wake up. Others have been called. Things have not been done. And that is even before 6 o'clock today. So you guys, we can see you. We know what you're up to. Joylene, we can see what you're doing, but just know that we are up to the task. A very good morning to you, everybody. Karibu sana. Those boys at Maisha are playing some beautiful music this morning. My goodness.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Aseto and I had to stop and,
shake a leg.
Piga dance kidogo. It just had to happen. Okuma and Zakali. Evelyn, see, tunasema tu.
Do with that information what
as you will, yes. Okuma and Sakali are just doing the business this morning, so we had to stop and do a little bit of aerobic activity because that music was housekeeping. Thanks. It was too sweet. And here we are at 6:15 o'clock, and a very good morning to you. I want to emphasize this is Kenya's biggest conversation.
Please repeat
it's
that
not Kenya's biggest interview.
No.
It's not Kenya's biggest panel. It's Kenya's biggest conversation.
Yes.
And I'll take that and apply it to situations in which you must be asking a question. Okay? All right. And if you're asking what I'm talking about, I'm sure it will come to you at some point. Good morning, everybody. Karibu sana. Thank you for joining us in the room today. Ndiroko and Dennis Tola Seto is back. Like he never left. But he did. So we continue conversations this morning. Let me give you some insights into what we'll be talking about today. And hey, it's okay. 7 o'clock. So it is Wednesday, so we will have the SpiceFM Baraza. Of course, there are certain questions that have been lingering in people's minds, and people have been saying, can we talk about the civic education thing? Tukokadi is where we are at the moment, and I hope that it is not a momentary thing, but that it carries out through and through. People getting to register. Tukokadi. Alan Ademba is behind the Tukokadi movement. He's going to join us on the Baraza with quite a number of people who will be talking with us about what exactly it means. But beyond Tukokadi, what next? This is the conversation that we'll be having. People have views, they will share them, and we'll do that with all of you between 8 and 10 o'clock today on the Spice Baraza. Before that, at 7 o'clock, the Member of Parliament for Endebess is Robert Pukose. He is on the Budget Committee of Parliament, the National Assembly rather, and he will be talking to us about Kenya's budget and debt management. It's a big thing. There have been many things that have been said over the recent past. Make the debt register, it's supposed to be a public debt register. Can you actually make it public? Number one. Does Kenya actually know how much it owes?
Yep.
How is Kenya going to pay its debt? When you're increasing or surpassing the debt ceiling, what are you thinking?
And how deep are we?
Exactly. How deep is this problem we talk about? The Control of Budget is talking about a 3.3 trillion shilling debt that needs to be paid within 12 months. It looks kind of daunting. So we'll have that conversation with Mheshimiwa Pukose at 7 a.m. That's what it looks like this morning, guys. Karibu sana. And thank you for joining us.
Nikusaidie.
Because we've been in the Rainbow Nation this week. South Africa, and like I was saying, it's just so interesting because Nigerians, I know we have our wahala, but then sometimes it just how do you go to another man's country and then install yourself as a king of what? Soweto, Midrand, what? You go and install yourself. Then you get angry, surprised that the people of the land now want to kick you out.
Yeah.
I don't understand. That guy must have been drinking some special something.
Yep.
But I personally think that it was unacceptable. It was. It needed to have not happened,
the
first
better
of all.
ways of handling things.
It should have not happened at all. It should not have happened at all. And I don't even know what anybody was thinking. But that situation has kind of calmed down now, and I hope somebody has learned some lessons. And even having said that, of course, we're looking at a country that's still volatile in some cases when it comes to the hangovers of apartheid, cannot disappear so quickly. Also home to one of the greatest, arguably one of the greatest leaders that the world has ever seen. Has always been the hotbed for divisive, as it is, politics. Has one of the oldest and most stable political parties again in the world,
ANC.
the ANC, and is known for raising, there's a model, is known for raising young leaders into leadership later on. Look at the likes of Julius Malema and others who've come through. Read the story of Ora Tambo and what he actually did for South Africa. Read the story of Winnie Mandela and what she did when her husband was in prison and even before that. And there are many key figures who actually worked towards the freedom that South Africa in part enjoys today. We could go on and on and on, but let's go into the proverb for today. If I can find it, that would be wonderful. I'm a VP's EVE. Yeah, EVE is here. If a tree does not know how to dance, the wind will teach it. We had something like that a couple of days ago. But if the wind does, if a tree does not know how to dance, the wind will teach it.
There is a famous Swahili saying as well, it's a proverb, asiyefunzwa na mamaye hufunzwa na ulimwengu. If you do not get the teachings, if you do not pick that which you're told by the elders, pretty much the world will show you, you know. So it is all about, so this is the law, this is the lines that you're not supposed to cross. If you cross it, repercussions will follow you.
Absolutely. You know, if you want to just continue behaving anyhow, the condition. In fact, in Pidgin we say, so in there's a fish. I think it's kind of like omena here.
Yeah,
it's a little fish that when it's dried, it's you can dry it and preserve it. It's very flavorful in a lot of our soups. So in Pidgin we say, na condition force crayfish to bend. So that fish is called crayfish, but in the water, it's very supple. But the condition later on, drying, is what has forced it. Usually it would be straight. But the condition has forced it because now usually when you see the crayfish, it has curved. It has curled, exactly. So we say, na condition force crayfish to bend. So if you refuse to adapt, the situation will adapt you.
Hey, one person has been forced to adapt.
You have started, Abby. You have just been here for 15 minutes.
Yeah, we have overwhelmed by 5 million people.
This one doesn't look pretty. Hey, that's for sure.
But anyway, Cine life.
Cine life, man. It's on a day like this when Judas had been seen and he was thinking, good Lord, do I take this money? Do I betray the guy? How am I going to do it? So you can imagine what Judas was going through on a Wednesday like this before Monday, Thursday, before Jesus was then arrested. He was thinking, damn, this money, I need it. Can really help me. And see, they'll just arrest him. They won't kill him. I'm telling you.
Guy.
Took the money. By now, Wednesday, he was going to see the guy. Meet me at under the tree at 2.
Let's meet at Wilson. 13 choppers will be landing somewhere.
This is that day. Then we will see tomorrow what Judas did. By the way, have you ever met somebody called Judas?
Yes.
You've met somebody called Judas?
Not Judas. Judah.
Judah now is Judah, like the Lion of Judah.
Yeah.
But Judas. Judas.
Iscariot.
Hey. Sindo?
Yeah.
Okay. I have never either. But yeah.
And Cain?
Cain. I've never met anybody called Cain. I've seen a movie with a guy called Cain, but I haven't met anybody like this called Cain. Interesting.
Ananias. Sapphira.
Wait. So, gosh, I'm glad you're back. Anyway. What? No, I don't know anybody called Sapphira.
Lest you're turned into salt.
Where?
Don't joke.
So, that's the day he's tormented. We'll probably see. Then by tomorrow, things had gone belly up and he wasn't sure where. Things are moving too quickly. We'll see what Judas does by Friday. So that's the season that we're getting into, guys. Coming into Easter and all of this. So everybody, welcome. Karibu Sana. Thank you for joining us this morning. And we want to say hello to you as you join us in the room this morning. Can I say it again?
Yes.
Dennis is back. Can you tell that I'm happy?
Yes.
All right. So it's Fool's Day. So like I said, Karada, guys, left, right. Just be very careful. You never know what it is coming to you. All right. So let's say hello to you. And I see that you tuned in from many parts of the world today. And always a pleasure to have you in the room. If I can just get my gadget to then cooperate with me. See, life can be sweet. All right. Here we go. A very good morning to you. Where you're tuned in from today. Peter Kiare, we can see you. Very good morning. Karibu Sana. And thank you for joining us in the room. And absolutely welcome to the Situation Room, and let's get into these conversations together. Also, we say a good morning. Rashid, we see you. Also, very good morning to you. Welcome and thank you for joining us. My gadget has refused completely.
Okay.
You will never achieve what you are capable of if you remain attached to the things you're supposed to let go of. That's what Peter says this morning. Thank you for that reminder. Robin Bogus tuning from Mombasa. Georgia Demo says, good morning, Spice family. Rongo is listening. And Boaz Naliana says, good morning, listening in from Kitale. Happy new month, Team Spice, and a happy new month to you as well. Jimmy Munuthi says, good morning. Lovely new month, Princess. Good morning, Leo. Hope you're well, and a happy new month indeed. Good morning, Spice family, says Jimmy. The Riggy G expose, it's explosive. Wow. I watched this man.
Yeah.
Measured, just saying things as though he was saying Polly went to the market to buy a loaf of bread. He was just saying people who have been paid money. It's like no big deal. He was just people have been paid money who did not do what, who owns this, who doesn't own what. I was like, wow, okay, there must be a lot more where that came from, because what?
True.
Wait.
What are we doing with that information is the question.
I don't know.
What is the government of Kenya doing with that information?
I don't know.
Please keep whistle blowing.
Blow it louder.
We are here for it. All nyas go blow open.
At all. Foul nyas don't blow. You don't open. As it is. Let's see where we are going from here. Very good morning to you, Dennis Ortiz. Rather, Desmond Ortiz. Good morning. Happy new month to everybody. Today the moon is going to be in full, and don't be fooled. Actually, it is. I think we're going to see the full moon tonight. It's been coming, but tonight I think is where you see it, and those seasons are definitely changing. Jennifer Atenyi, good morning, dear Ndu and your co-presenters. Good morning. Guess what, Jennifer? Dennis is back. She didn't know, but now she knows. Wait, she's coming to greet you properly. Great to see Congo back to the World Cup. Yes, very good to see that. Stanley, a very good morning to you. And lovely new month, Princess Lindu. Good morning. What are the odds that after the uninvestigated fires at Gikomba, no one held accountable, Nairobi River is flooding, and the excuse to drive traders away for good? Yeah, that what is it, by the way? Gikomba always. It's a shoe part.
Yep.
It's the clothing part. It's this part. It's something. Every quarter, there's always a fire in Gikomba. Somebody's up to no good. I don't know. Boba Coco says, good morning, tuned in Spice crew, listening in from Kendu Bay. April Fool's Day, imagine killing two birds with one stone. Water used to boil eggs eventually is used to cook tea for the guests. I hope not. But okay, good morning. Tuned in from Tude Mombasa is Dr. Venvik. And have they paid the 30 million sport? It's not 30 million, my brother. No. It's 3 billion.
It's 3 billion, yeah.
It's 3.9 billion shillings that needs to be paid in order to host the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about 10 times what you're... Actually, it's about 100 times what you're talking about, bro. I don't know. Salim Vuria said it was going to be done. So, hey, I don't know.
They'll pay.
They'll pay.
Yeah.
Anything lately? Ni hao, beautiful people. Good morning to you. Hope you're doing well. Tibbs Muge says, good morning, SpiceFM team. What's happening at Gikomba Marketplace? That's the question we're asking, man. Demolished in the cover of darkness. Optics, Yawa. I know. It makes a big deal. Good morning, guys, says Erica Ward. Lovely to have you in the room. Good morning. And Karibu Sana. John Moravi says, everything KK Gava touches turns worse. Gikomba, but hey. Tibbs Muge says, welcome back, Aseto.
Asante sana.
Olo the Ambo says, good morning, Spice. Welcome back, Aseto. Ndu looking lovely as always. Thank you so much, sir. Very lovely to be here. Thank you so much, Rahim Tula. Omar says, good morning. Ndu, sad what the traders at Gikomba had to go through. The market was a source of livelihoods for thousands of traders. I cannot tell you how many people I know.
True.
Not who go to shop there, who own businesses in Gikomba.
Yeah.
And every time they're faced with this thing, like, good Lord, that we have to keep saying it shouldn't be this way.
Yeah, true.
And you know, the sad, look, we can come out and say some things, right? The sad truth here is that it's not a fire where somebody left a wire exposed. No. Somebody's setting off these fires.
True.
Somebody's demolishing.
The story at Toy. I mean, one asks the question, why? Who's interested in these spaces?
Exactly.
Yep.
Somebody's doing it.
Yeah.
Somebody, the latest demolition for what? Who wants that piece of land? And what do they want to do?
Then all of a sudden there is a grand master plan. Did you involve the traders
who've been there for years? Yeah. I know it's difficult stuff. Good morning, Ndo and Deno. Let's get these counties out and just have 8 counties. You want to go back to 8 counties?
Yeah.
Okay. Nasha and Gogi, we see you. Some of these governors are enriching themselves. Then you wonder why things are were a bit better during Kibaki's regime. Yep, I know. Good morning, Mkubwa Merudi Kabisa. He's here with us this morning. Karibu Sana. Good morning, Situation Room from Toronto. Wanda, good morning. Aseto, I'm screaming louder than Ndu and it's 11:12 p.m. People are going to come to your house and tell you to stop doing noise pollution. Wanda, but this is a good scream. I endorse your scream because this is good to have him here. Please don't ever leave us like that again.
No, I'll not.
We can't bear it.
Taking you guys with me.
But Wanda, he said the next time he goes, me and you. I don't know those other people. Me and you. Me and you. We go with him. Sawa.
Yeah.
So don't cry. It's okay. Happy April Fool, says Rahim Tula. Bernard Nyaberi says, good morning. Happy new month, my people. This man Rigatha always making my day. Let him keep updating us. Sindeo. Margaret Wanjo. He says, good morning. Team Spy Situation Room tuned in from Houston, Texas. Happy April Fool's Day. I think it should be a holiday. Amma?
It should.
Yeah, it should be a holiday. Then they should be, in fact, when April Fool's Day is close to Easter, in fact, they should now say, this year we are celebrating April Fool's Day the day before Good Friday. So,
yes.
You understand, Anga?
I understand, Anga Kabisa.
Welcome back to Dennis, says Margaret Wanchohi. Rashid says, Kumekucha wadao, welcome back, Aseto, while you were away. Koyo ngich thi maratari.
Koyo ngich thi maratari. It's cold. Really cold.
They said it's cold and it was 26 degrees yesterday. Rashid, where? Tunakashuku, man. Tunakashuku. I always had a question. Wanda says, has President Ruto commented on the dispute between the senators and the governors? Surely he must have an opinion. No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Not yet.
But many would say that, when one is speaking, they could be speaking for somebody else. Yeah. But I'm just,
Yeah, true.
Christina says, good morning. Good morning to you. Welcome back. I said to missed your voice. He's here. The Lordy says, good morning, Spice. Locked in from Dallas to Kokadi Kabisa. Jose says, good morning. Bonjour, mes amis, says Linda. Bonjour à toi. Masur, hope you're well. David Matekwa says, good morning, Spice Team. Watching from K South. Keio South, Kisumu South, Korea South, Kariobangi South. Which K? It can be anywhere, you know? One asks, the question is back. Karibu Aseto, you were missed, says Kiki Wamboy. Mariam Sula, we see, do the Nigerian government apologize? Yes, they did. It was still ludicrous, though. And I think we can still talk about the ludicrosity of it, because what? Yes, I know Nigeria, FGN apologized and said such a thing. It was cultural and it was not political. I mean, we knew that, but still. Joshua Mbaga says, good morning. Happy birthday to Sifuna. Yes, it is actually his birthday. To Kokadi. Aseto, welcome back. We missed you, says Jose. Mutuflani, welcome back, Aseto. Just in time for your favorite spice, Baraza Ndu. Yes. Did you know that princess in Kiswahili is Masaba? Binti wa Mfalme. That sounds so beautiful. Yeah. Which one is it? Masaba or just Binti wa Mfalme? Ama all of them joined?
I'll use Binti wa Mfalme.
Binti wa Mfalme. Wait. Sasa umesikia, sasa excuse me. Sasa tunabadilisha jina kila mahali, handles yote.
Yes. Binti wa Mfalme.
Binti wa Mfalme. That's, in fact, mtu fulani, may you be blessed beyond measure, because now, hey, I'll be walking on clouds.
You just missed it.
You won't see me again. Binti wa
Mfalme.
Thanks. You guys, the problem is that you don't know that Evie says things to me here. She's like Jiminy Cricket. Good morning, y'all. Mukokadi. That's the question that Jack Abila is asking this morning. Fiery Red. So happy to see Aseto back. How was your leave?
Great.
It was great. You said he was with Osama.
Great.
The dog. Osama the dog. Good morning. Good morning to you, Fiery Red. Joshua, we see you. Probably Aleo. Life teaches through force when we refuse to learn by choice. Yes, indeed. My prince, good morning to you. Luhimbo, good morning. Karibu Sana. Good to have you here. Joshua is also in the room. Jennifer, I told you Jennifer would be back to greet you. Excuse me. There was a story of Mabuyu, Jennifer was coming back.
Yeah.
You are supposed to be receiving the Mabuyu. How did the Mabuyu meeting go?
Hi, Jennifer.
Oh, okay. Acha to watch Apple. Ambassador Beja says, good morning. Joseph Okondo says, welcome back, Aseto. Hope Bas. You see, I'm not the only one. He's asking, hope you enjoyed the Mabuyu, in quotes. Robert Frost would tell you that imagery is a big thing. Charity Stanley says good morning, and Raim Tula says happy birthday to Sifuna. Good morning, Ndu. Happy April Fool's Month. Stanley live from Kampala, and that's where we are this morning. You know, we can sing happy birthday to Edwin Sifuna.
Yeah, we can.
And Sifuna, if you're listening, happy birthday, man. Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, I am Sifuna. Happy birthday to you. Mtumie hiyo.
Kwa mapenzi ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Mimi.
Tunanyunyuzi maji Bwana. Sawa. Mtumie hiyo.
Yeah.
Wish happy birthday.
Yeah.
And may he have many, 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 many more. May the road rise to meet you, and may the wind forever be at your back. Karibuni sana. Folks, back to charcoal. So what's on the front page? It's good that you have people in top positions of leadership who are charcoal sellers. Because now you can then be able to get to the commodity. Why are we saying this? Because gas might be more expensive. 2 years after the government promised cheaper cooking gas, the country's strategy is facing a stark reversal. A failed Saudi-backed deal has stalled plans to expand supply, while new levies have sharply raised costs. The broken pledge risks pushing struggling households back to charcoal and firewood, eroding clean energy gains and exposing families to higher health and environmental risks as the cost of living continues to climb. Welcome back, Dennis.
Santi.
Because this is what we meet. 2.5 billion shillings is the UPG deal collapse, the value of an agreement that the government failed to secure with Saudi Aramco, derailing plans to expand LPG supply, distribute 8.4 million shilling cylinders, and stabilize prices. So the LPG deal was worth 2.5 billion shillings. All of these things were supposed to happen. Kaput. Growing concerns. Consumers Federation of Kenya and others say the tax tax hike contradicts clean energy policy, lacks public participation, and reflects reliance on opaque petroleum taxation. 2028 is the year the country is expected to achieve universal clean cooking. Recent developments undermine this target that is backed by President William Ruto. There's a sharp tax hike of 5.4 shillings. The 5 shillings and 40 cents. The new petroleum development levy. There's a new one, which is an increase from 4 shillings per 40 cents per kilo. I don't know. Let me just say it again clearly so that you can hear what I'm saying. The new petroleum development levy is 5 shillings and 40 cents. It used to be 40 cents. So it's increased by 5 shillings. That's a big deal. That's a big jump. Broken pledge in 2023. That was the year that the Kenya Kwanza administration promised to lower LPG prices.
We're supposed to buy, was it gas or cylinders at around 300
shillings? Yeah. Never happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we keep losing 11 billion shillings, but we don't have 2.5 billion shillings to secure a deal that would make it affordable for Kenyans to afford clean and affordable LPG gas. It's okay.
Yeah. There's a picture of the CS for Energy on the front page, expert Opio Wandai, just in case you were wondering what this is all about. So that's what it looks like. We'll look into the details of that story, but it doesn't look too pretty at the moment.
I'd really want to ask the CS what plans are there to have these discussions with Tanzania, because there is evidence that Tanzania is the producer of gas. They extract the same, right?
We're talking about so many things, but we're not talking to each other as African nations. We're not talking to
each other's nation. I mean, even
African
just across the Indian Ocean, there is that is it boundary dispute between Kenya and Somalia, because there is a gas deposit in there. So what discussions are we having among ourselves to deal with these issues?
Yeah.
But G2G deal we signed that you're not honoring, but it's how
we did. Left in retirement limbo, 3,224 teachers are yet to get their pension. Okay. 3,224 teachers are yet to get their pensions after retiring. Sips tea.
So, the 3,000 teachers are supposed to receive their pension, right?
Yeah.
They have not received that.
No.
Where has that money gone to?
I don't know.
For me, that's the biggest question. They need to tell us where that money has gone, because the beneficiaries of the same have not received it. So who's benefiting from the?
And this is from 2024 to 2026.
Yes.
So we are going to the living retired teachers. Some were being asked to provide their first ever pay slip to allow for the... Please, I can't continue.
Their first ever pay slip. Wait, doesn't the government of Kenya, isn't TSC the issuer of these payslips? That means I just need to go to your TSC number and look at the time I employed you and retrieve.
There's some things there.
I know.
Instead of abusing me, just tell me you don't want to pay me.
Exactly.
Well, don't some hoops that you're asking people to jump through. Just tell me you're a fool. We're not giving you this money because what? If I've worked for 30 years, you're asking me to go and look for my first pay slip.
And we're talking about a time when, in the modern day era, right, one would give you a payslip via an email, so you could always go back to your... We're talking about a time when payslip was being given to you. Who told you even the ink exists on that piece of paper?
Can we just continue reading the other headlines? Because...
Okay, to talk hapo.
We will die on this Githunguri. Did you know that Githunguri means hill?
Oh, it means hill, eh?
Yeah. So I'm just, sharing my knowledge with you. Family appeals for help after relative killed by a vehicle in CS Duale's convoy. Please, let's just keep moving.
Let's just say, this person here you see Duale is the CS for health.
Netflix snub Showmax exits stun players in Kenya's film industry. It's a big deal that one of the big players is actually out when it comes to VOD. For those of us in the industry, watch VOD is video on demand, and that's actually what you get when you subscribe to some of these platforms. We saw that after 11 years, one of the big players is out. Signal a shrinking pool of buyers and a more competitive environment. Of course, now a lot of us who use the Fire Sticks and stuff like that are getting into a space where you don't need to be put in a particular box of a certain amount to entertain through watching.
Yeah.
So I don't know, guys. It looks to me like these platforms that thought that they were going to survive for long have to rethink the strategy around which they provide entertainment.
Yeah, there's a time when the mark of having merit in life was having that dish on your...
Yeah.
Nowadays...
I can carry it in my pocket, man.
Carry it in your pocket.
So there's the story of the cheap cooking gas plan stalls on higher taxes as Saudi deal flops. COG rubbishes arrest as Sakaja resurfaces. Just came out, you know, as people asking questions, where have I been? None of your business. I'm here. Yes.
Governor Sakaja is given security by none other than the Police Service Commission, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that means if this man was in hiding, one asks the question. Yes, one asks the question. The police officer assigned to this individual, where was he? Can the IG direct that police officer to arrest this individual and bring him to them?
Sindio?
Right?
Ni kama ile kitu ulienda kukula ulikula vizuri.
Unajua ache kutubeba ufala.
Maybe he was in the shower. Come on, guys.
Okay.
I mean,
what was he cleaning? His sins?
Oh my God.
These people need to, they just have to stop playing these games with us. Because this is a person who's been assigned security. Okay, fine. He switched off his phone, right? Did the security officers switch off their phones?
They knew
what
where he
about
was.
the radio call that there is? Can the DCI trace the signals, is it UHF signals, to these security officers to know where exactly the governor was? You know, this man has gone into hiding. You're unable to get him. Shut the hell up.
Right. Come on.
Shut up.
You can find Tudru. Tell us that Tudru's phone down in through the room where it was in Karen. You knew that he was in the house.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's the same police, not somebody else. They didn't borrow Tanzania police for this one.
Let me tell you. Shut up.
Okay, so I have to. The Council of Governors have actually come out to say that this is harassment and that they're not behaving right. They should stop it. So there's going to be a standoff between the Senate, or there already is a standoff between the Senate and the Council of Governors because you people are harassing our people.
COG.
But, yeah.
Shut up.
There's three is a charm, so let's see if you have another one coming.
Yeah.
Because, and then, of course, the Homer Bay Senator said, excuse me. Can you just behave yourselves? Because at the end of the day, you people are saying we can't. The bottom line, this is dead cat strategy.
Yeah.
That's what exactly it is. People are sitting around the boardroom. They're supposed to be discussing issues that are important. Then when it gets uncomfortable, somebody takes a dead cat out of the bag and throws it on the table. So now all of us are focusing on the dead cat as opposed to the things that we're supposed to be focusing on. You need to be accountable for money that you've been given to spend in your counties. Come on. Yeah.
These people know what the law says.
Yeah.
They know exactly what's the role of the Senate. When an individual says will not show up, okay, fine, resign and go home. Because you have decided not to respect the very law that put you in that seat in the first place.
The third one is coming.
Shut up.
There we go.
Go home.
It had to come. 3 is a charm, folks. Parliament approves Safaricom sale despite ongoing court case. Okay. AG defends Ruto State House meeting. Surprise, surprise. And the group moves to court to stop housing project. Another one. Oh, no, it's the same one that we talked about because we're talking about monuments and, preserved spaces, grave sites and such. So they've gone to court to say, please don't touch our site, move your housing thing somewhere else. Okay, looking at some of those things. There's no turning back, just smile. AFCON is coming. The government of Kenya has officially remitted the long overdue $30 million, 3.9 billion shillings, I beg your pardon, for the 2027 Africa Cup of Nations hosting fee to the Confederation of African Football. So, they said, ebu kidogo, wacha tusanya hapa kidogo, but they got the money, it's been paid. Sawa. So, Kenya will host AFCON 2027. I think it's a very good thing.
It is.
It's a very, very good thing. And that they should do everything that they can. That they paid this money, you don't ask where it came from. Just
you think
know,
we can spend 80 billion shillings to put up a stadium and lack some 3 billion shillings?
Sendio.
How?
Aje. And excuse me, that 80 billion shillings that you people want to use to do Nairobi, you have 2 years because the world literally is coming to Nairobi for AFCON in 2027. You have, you have 6 months.
6 months, yeah.
Give or take to make sure everything is all right. Clean the city, Nairobi cannot host AFCON the way it's looking.
Let's just say it. AFCON has a pitch to play football.
Yeah.
It is not a swimming competition. Do with that information what you will.
Wait. Sibas, carry on and tell us what's in the headlines.
But it's true, right? Okay, Daily Nation. Tenure ends for DCI boss haunted by abductions. Change of guard. A 2-year contract of the Director of Criminal Investigations, Director Mohammed Amin, ends today. It's not April Fool's. Today.
Are they sure?
Amin secured the contract extension in 2024 after attaining the mandatory retirement age of 60 years. It was not immediately clear whether he will stay on or his successor will be appointed. One asks the question, even as the man goes, what does he have to show?
Yeah.
You know, what does he have to show? What will Kenyans remember him for? At a time when, because he was in office during the demonstrations and Kenyans died and all that, where are we? How does your report card look like?
Yes.
Okay. Governors revive. This man got... this man got into office, and I remember the first thing he said, I will make sure that abductions becomes a thing of the past. It is not me. It was him. Under his leadership. Abductions Pro Max.
Wow. Okay.
Governors revive extortion claims after Sakaja siege. Tumesema to do what? Shut up. Tensions rise as state clears Gikomba in rebuild plan. Okay. Kiaraho's last act, Olkalau MP's choice of Kiambu burial riles his constituents. So constituents perhaps wanted him to be buried in Olkalau, but he chose Kiambu as the place where he will be buried. Now, Treasury says, borrowing to fund budget unsustainable. Are you surprised? Are you surprised? I thought you are experts. CS, oil farms free to source outside Gulf. Okay. State says flexible sourcing under the G2G deal protects the country from supply shocks. One asks the question again. If that is the case, have Kenyans seen the price of fuel go down? Is it affordable for many Kenyans today? Are we then allowing the oil firms to source outside Gulf because things have gotten tough? Tenure ends for the DCI boss. MPs formally approved sale of state shares in Safaricom to Vodacom. You see, the law is there for everyone to respect. When court order says this, you're supposed to respect it.
So
but, hey, it is not me.
Okay.
But MPs have decided to do what? To move forward and approve the same. Extortion claims revived as Sakaja shows up at Senate. That is a story that pisses me off. But one would say, Wananchi, Mkokadi, then what? It's a conversation we'll be having a little bit later.
Yeah.
Kalonzo curses Ruto allies in his political backyard. So Wiper leader accuses them of being a stumbling block in his bid to become president in 2027. Yeah. That's what we have on the Daily Nation.
Somebody just reminded us that when Kidero was governor of Nairobi and President Obama was coming to Kenya, they planted flowers, they planted grass in a week.
Yeah.
Grass was growing out of the ground, flowers were everywhere. Nairobi was looking beautiful. So 6 months is enough for you to clean up the city and host AFCON in February 2027. It's enough. That's what we're being
One
told.
thing that we are not able to change is that when God decides to bring 100 milliliters of rain, and you do not have drainage, my friend, summer swimming competition.
Summer swimming competition and not FINA championships.
No.
Let's look on the front page of the Star this morning, and what does it tell us? There's a picture here. There's a grand plan for Gikomba.
It looks nice, though.
It looks actually. I gotta give it.
Nice.
It looks really nice. It's an architectural design of an image of the Gikomba market plan, and it looks good that this can all be rerouted. And then, of course, you want to play this side by side to what currently is the case in terms of those pictures. So I can understand. Okay. Shoot me for this one. It's okay. I can understand wanting to upgrade and have the place a little be a little bit more structured, and so I can see that. I wish that we could create a balance then between people's livelihoods and the securing of them, and also that development can happen side by side, that people don't have to go through losses in order for this development to take place.
True.
But then there's also a sinister hand in all of this, that the fires that we've seen at Gikomba every year for I don't know how long goes to that somebody wants to grab the thing. Now, in this grand plan, does it purely belong to the country, or is there somebody who's playing a hand here? That's what it looks like there. Kenya tea set to fetch premium returns and new France-linked market push. All right. The reason now, TSC is saying, the reason why they've not paid some teachers' pension is because they are missing records. Okay. So, I can't.
Who's the custodian of the records?
You, TSC.
So, who's missing the records?
TSC.
So why are you telling us? So you go to look for the records.
And then do what?
Okay, fine. Aseto is seated here. I do not have access to those records. So when you tell me, how am I supposed to help you? Instead of telling us, okay, fine, there are records that are missing and you're doing everything to address the same. You're asking for our first pay slip.
From 19 Giddy. Who do you want to give it to? Where do you think it's going to come from? You're the one who should be telling us now. If you said, you have them on record, I don't know that I would have a slip of paper, but that's the reason why you keep it in record.
Yeah.
Just saying. The Star is also reporting on the inner pages about a family seeking answers to mysterious death of a son at a wedding in Diani. Non-TB lung patients left behind, says the Ministry of Health. Quite a number of people. The survivor speaks on pain and agony of child sexual abuse. These are the realities in our world. Yeah. Subsidized fertilizer. Farmers tell their tale. They tell their side of the story. It may not be that everything that's glittering is gold here. So, of course, looking into the politics, how the Senate has cornered governors in accountability fight. They're not asking for political whatever.
Yeah.
All they're saying, and actually I hear them from Moses Kajwang to Samson Chirarge to Edwin Sifuna to Catherine Muma, who are asking questions. And they're saying, you gave us the reports.
Yes.
There are some numbers which we cannot account for. All we're asking you to do is to explain to us where this money went. Now, if you don't show up, what you're asking us to do is to report without your rebuttal.
Yeah.
We need your rebuttal to confirm this money. Now, if you want to start shouting, so they say in English that it's only the guilty who are afraid.
You know, one would want to ask the Council of Governors that even as they come forth to protect their own, what is their role and responsibility in ensuring that this council that they have, that the people under this council get to deliver to the constituents who put them in those offices?
Oh, that's rich, baby. You think that they're thinking about that?
Thank you.
Okay. Let me tell you, because if you stay on that githongori, you'll be sick. You just wait. Experts are saying that the food that is wasted in Kenya is actually enough to feed all hungry Kenyans. The amount of food wasted in Kenya can feed all the 3.5 million people currently facing hunger. According to the World Resources Institute, Africa indicates that as much as 40% of food grown in the country is lost or wasted along the supply chain. Did you know that Monday was International Day of Zero Waste?
Yes.
So all the food that's wasted, you see the thing saying people are hungry. You can feed everybody.
We see that every other time. Whenever we have bumper harvest, what do farmers say? We find it very difficult to get our produce to the market.
Yeah.
Right? So even in terms of value addition, what are we doing with that? Yet here we are every other time. Whenever we have sun, we have a drought in the country, we forget that there's a time we had bumper. We never took care of it. We never protected it. We never added value for it to last a little bit longer.
It's just interesting that you've said that because the next story, just next to that, is that the weatherman has said that April is going to start on a dry note. That water that you've seen everywhere for the last 7 to 8 weeks...
Gonna be missed, eh?
Yeah. So perhaps now is the time to think about such things. And the weatherman, the meteorological department had told us in a story yesterday that there's going to be, what do they call that thing where you paint and rebranding?
Yeah.
And there's going to be a new face of the Kenya Met, and then they're going to, service delivery. And I think that's fantastic. What we do with the information that you deliver,
let me tell you,
sorry, different.
You will rebrand. You will zhuzh it up. You will even paint it, right?
Yeah.
But if the recipient of that information does not paint themselves and zhuzh themselves up to use that information, I'm sorry, will not help much.
Sindo? And also, price shock looms on petrol imported outside the G2G deal. Remember that the G2G deal, and just in case you're wondering, G2G means government to government, and that you were going to get fuel in. And what the agreement was that you will get fuel from this particular outlet. They will give it to you at this particular price, but they ring-fenced it so that they get the business, you get the fuel at a particular price. Now, because of the SOH, Strait of Hormuz, being, volatile at the moment, countries are going to seek fuel outside of their G2G deal. So what does that mean? You pay more for fuel.
Yeah. Ndu.
Yes.
Let me tell you. You know there is a solution to this.
Yes.
Hear me out.
Here we go.
We have Aliko Dangote that is...
Okay. It's
right?
like you were living in my head.
Aliko Dangote.
Yes.
That is doing what?
Has a refinery.
In Nigeria. Now, the Strait of Hormuz cannot be used.
No.
What is Kenya doing? What discussions are we having with Aliko Dangote? Because Aliko Dangote is selling it outside the continent. Can we have discussions among ourselves as the continent to finally say, guys, we need to find solutions because we cannot keep on depending on the Strait of Hormuz? Because even now, I saw somewhere that what do we call the other thing in Egypt?
The canal.
The Suez Canal.
Yeah.
Suez Canal as well might just be overwhelmed by the number of ships that are passing through there. We fly to Nigeria every day.
Yes.
There are flights. You can confirm.
I can confirm.
You can confirm.
In fact, there's a flight on Tuesday.
There's a flight on Tuesday.
Carry on.
Yes, we fly there.
Yeah.
That means if we start discussions with Nigeria, it would be cheaper. It would be affordable for Kenya to get fuel from Nigeria.
My dear, we
can go G2G with Nigeria.
We don't talk Amtaya, I beg. This conversation, even Aliko himself, does he understand that you can be getting this business that you're looking for outside? You can actually be getting it here.
Yeah.
And I know that those conversations are intricate, but what we're saying is that you can actually deconstruct it, you can collapse those bottlenecks and actually have business within the African continent. You don't need anybody's permission. Nope. Mr. Asato has said it, and I concur.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.